really well. I mean, it's the passion, the emotion, the real commitment to show our political leaders that this is important. Look, my task here is just, I was meant to sort of briefly sum up a few things we've heard, and I just want to reiterate what Bill said right at the beginning. What is medical research all about? Why are we doing this? You know, we're doing it to halt the mental decline we see in Alzheimer's. We're doing it to prevent and reverse the diabetes and obesity epidemic that's challenging us so enormously, especially our children. We're doing it to reduce the suffering in arthritis, to prevent the crippling pain of osteoporosis. We're doing it because we really believe in the not too distant future we'll be able to banish death from many cancers into the history books. And we're doing it because we need to be ready and vigilant to attack new viruses and new infectious diseases as they arise. And I could go on and on. We all know it's a massive list, but it all adds up to an incredible quality of life that we now have, which we didn't have a few decades ago. And that's incredibly important. I mean, most of this audience is way too young to know, but not so long ago, smallpox, polio devastated communities. They're gone. We understand HIV in ways we never did before, and as we heard recently, maybe there will be a cure for that shortly. Death from heart disease, breast cancer, most childhood cancers are way, way down. Cures are there. Quality of life is so much better. All that's good news. You think we should be obvious that government should be supporting that even more. Importantly, though, while we talk about research breakthroughs and new discoveries, and it's all very exciting, what's sometimes forgotten that medical research is a worldwide enterprise. There's lots of discoveries around the world. And if we don't continue to have the outstanding leadership in medical research here, we will not be able to translate those research discoveries from around the world into new, better ways to prevent and cure disease for the Australian community. We will give up all that great potential that's out there. Secondly, of course, we know it's about young scientists, and any horrific cuts that are suggested like this to the NHMRC budget, as Bob said, it initially affects the young, the really talented, the creative young people coming into research. When we lose them, you don't just turn the tap on and off. It'll be decades before we can regenerate the career structures that everyone wants, because the work is so exciting. So it has many different aspects. And as Bill mentioned, and I think Bob also, it's probably less than 1% of the national health budget. So at a time when government, and I truly believe this government is genuinely trying to reform the healthcare system, to address the challenges of the ageing population and the increasing costs of healthcare, they are genuine about that. If you're genuine about that, why do you talk about cutting the really essential, crucial element that will deliver the solutions to the problem? And we just have to make sure that we're vigilant and get that message across. So look, I just want to wrap up by saying, look, this is not about our concern about some sort of abstract, short-term financial balancing act. We understand that happens in government and that's important in the economy short-term. But it's not that. It's intimately entwined and linked to the long-term social and economic health of our nation. And it's personal. It's not just financial, it's personal. It's about the quality of life for us, our parents, as we've heard, our kids, our grandchildren and future generations. It is at the core of what we are. And as a developed nation with a proud record of medical research and an enormous capacity to improve the quality of life for all of our community, we have to keep up this constant dialogue with government to make sure we get the right result. Thank you.
The good news is this has been a fantastic